My name is Alan Bracken, and I'm excited to be able to talk to you about this theme, extraordinary success. When I ask most people if they want to be extraordinarily successful or not, they say yes. Of course they do. I know I want to be extraordinarily successful because average is not all of that engaging and exciting. But extraordinary success, now that gets my attention. So what do we need to be extraordinarily successful? For the next 3 months, we're going to look at tenacity, intentionality, and purpose. And we're going to look and see how these topics can help us become extraordinarily successful. You may even want to look at this as a tip, T-I-P, on the journey toward extraordinary success. The first one we're going to look at is tenacity. Tenacity being persistent determination. Now, this is a quality that I see in most extraordinarily successful organizations and people. This ability to persist with determination through the ups and downs, through the challenges that we're all going to face from time to time, and overcome them. It takes tenacity. I love what Albert Einstein says. Genius is 1% talent and 99% hard work. 99% is where tenacity comes in. We have to have it in order to become extraordinarily successful. So if we think tenacity is important and it's a quality that we have to have in our lives, the question is this: what are we going to be tenacious about? Well, that's an individual choice we all have to make. Let me give you an example of something I chose to be tenacious about. It's in the area of my marriage. I wanted an extraordinarily successful marriage. And in order for that to happen, I had to be tenacious in that area. In 1991, I was 19 years old when I started Bracken Paving. I had some major success in that area of my life. And in 1997, I married Amanda, the love of my life. What I realized really quick was relationally, I wasn't very successful. And I knew that I had to get tenacious in that area of my life if I wanted an extraordinarily successful marriage. The rate I was going, I wasn't going to have a marriage at all. And so I had to make the choice to choose to be tenacious in that area, to be persistent, and proceed with determination, getting help in that area. Now that's my story. I don't know what you need to be tenacious about, but you're going to have to choose and decide what you want to be tenacious about. I would like to share 3 examples of men that I believe have lived tenacious lives and have been extraordinarily successful. The first one is Louis Zamperini. There was a book written about his life called Unbroken. It's a World War II story of survival, resilience, and redemption. Major tenacity. He has overcome so many odds and obstacles. He was caught at sea for 47 days on a life raft, lived through that, just to be captured and tortured and tormented for 2 years by the Japanese. I heard Darren Hardy do an interview with him, and in his mid-90s, what I was so encouraged and inspired about was his attitude of tenacity. He called that generation, his generation, a hardy generation. I think we could also refer to it as a tenacious generation. And he's just a great example to me of someone that's lived a tenacious life. The next man we want to look at is Marcus Luttrell. Marcus Luttrell is a Navy SEAL. That alone lets you know he has tenacity. To endure the training that a Navy SEAL has to go through to be a Navy SEAL is just amazing. I've studied what their workout routine is, and it's just incredible. And he wrote a book called Lone Survivor about his experience behind enemy lines in Afghanistan. He was the only one out of his 4-man SEAL team that survived. They were surrounded by over 200 Taliban, and it's an incredible story of perseverance and determination against unbelievable odds, and he made it through. Just a person that's lived tenaciously. The last one we want to look at is Truett Cathy. Now, I love Truett Cathy. I had the privilege of meeting him personally in Chick-fil-A headquarters in Atlanta. And he's just an inspiring guy. He's full of passion, full of life. What he's done as an individual and what they've done as an organization and a company has been extraordinary. And the success that they've had, it's amazing. What he does for people, for communities, in the way that they give back is inspiring to me. And being around him is just encouraging. These three men have lived tenacious lives. And you know, that's who I want to model my life after. And that's who I want to challenge you to model your life after. People that have lived tenaciously. Now, there's some things that we need to do in order to live tenacious lives. So what's it look like? What's it mean to us? Well, the first one I think is being a continual learner. This is about gaining knowledge and information. And then the second one is about continual growth. This is applying that knowledge that we've gained and learned. And the third component is continual serving. This is passing it on. Passing on what we've learned, what we've applied, so that we can help other people become extraordinarily successful. So when we put it all together, we have to gain it, apply it, so that we can pass it on to other people. So the challenge is this: for you to identify what areas in your life do you want to be tenacious in, and decide and commit that you're going to persist with determination in order to be extraordinarily successful.